What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Coast to Coast Sports. As always, I am your host, HVT. To the left of me, we got J Dubs. And behind the scenes with a beautiful Adidas black hat with a great accent piece of black frames from, what is that, Dior? Saint Laurent. I can't see it. Versace glasses.
Versace.
Our good boy RS Ryan Midstain. And we'll be getting into it today. But before we get into it, John, you got anything to say to people before we get it going?
March is here. Best time of the year.
I don't know if you guys have known, but March is in fact it's here.
Yeah, your boy's on a little gambling streak right now. He's riding high. Yeah, that's all I really got to say. Buckeyes are gonna fuck around, make a tournament maybe.
Oh, fuck around, make a tournament.
They might fuck around and make
lose in the first round per usual.
No, they win it.
Oh, Ryan, you got anything to say to people before we get started?
Yeah, obviously, as we have discussed in the on this podcast in the past, March/April, best time of the year for sports.
No, dog.
So yeah, we're in for a wild ride next little bit. This will be great.
Yes, I completely agree with Ryan on that sports take. And the only thing I got to say before we get started is shout out the old alma mater.
Yeah.
The old Bishop Reedy Silver Knights. Go Reedy, beat Lima.
We cherish thee.
We do cherish thee. We love the friends we have met through thee. Alma mater, Reedy High. Blessings are in fact on thee.
D.
On D what?
No.
No.
D.
D.
Destiny starved on D.
Yeah, so shout out them. They won the district championship and now are playing in the regionals at OU Ohio Bobcats.
Onvo.
In case you guys are unaware of the OU Bobcats. The
convo.
They at the convention center, big dubs. So congratulations to them playing in the regional. Hopefully they play a few more games. Just end it, fuck around, and just go undefeated, win a natty. Natty?
State.
Nope. Statey, win a statey. I don't know. Fuck around and find out. That's all I gotta
26-0, need to be 30-0 for the state championship.
So 4 games.
4 more games.
That's crazy.
4 more
Should be
wins.
double elimination once you get to the state level.
What?
Should be triple.
What?
They should just do a.
Well, I think it's crazy. It's like once you get to the regional, you're like regionals. It's like regional final, and then it's just state final, state semifinal, and then state.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Just weird. It's like a weird mix. It just seems like it picks up so fast.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out the boys in blue and silver, as some would say. But yeah, it's gonna be exciting for them. So shout out the old alma mater.
Shout out the alma mater.
Shout out the alma mater. So let's get into the episode. We got 2 things to talk about today. We got a little bit of NBA action. It's winding down. Season's getting to the nitty gritty. We are about 6 games away from playoffs. Are you nervous?
I'll be honest, I'm a little nervous.
I'm nervous too. I'm nervous for different reasons, but regardless, I'm still nervous. Ryan, are you nervous? You look like you're shaking in your boots over there, bud.
Yeah,
got some fins on.
I think I am a little nervous.
I would be too. 6 games left in the regular season. Some teams are playing good at the round ball right now. Some people are not playing good at the round ball right now. Known people not playing good at the round ball. Grizzlies. Known people that are playing good at the round ball. Milwaukee Bucks. So Denver Nuggets. 2 teams playing really good at the round ball right now. But then we got a little bit of MLB. Spring training is in fact happening. And the World Baseball Classic's happening. We do a little training and we do a little World Baseball Classic.
Little WBC.
Little WBC. No big deal. So that's what the episode has entailed for you today. So, John, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it.
Let's get into it.
Ryan, are we getting into it?
I think we're due a little get into it.
All right, let's get into it. NBA action. Boom. Let's get into it right now. Cavs, Heat playing right now. John.
Yes.
The Cavs and the Heat play.
They are playing.
They're playing. They're getting ready to tip off here in like 2 minutes, hopefully. Need a huge win for the Heat right here.
Yeah.
And the reason being is the Heat is in the playing game right now, which is the 7-8 seed. That being said, the current standings of the Eastern Conference go Milwaukee Bucks, new number 1 seed. The Celtics finally gave it up after holding it like 90% of the season. Then you go Sixers, 3, 4 Cavs, 5 Knicks, 6 Brooklyn Nets, 7 Miami, 8 Hawks, 9 Toronto Raptors, and 10 the Washington Wizards. The big takeaways I think for here right now is Boston 3-game losing streak, have yet to beat the Cavs this year.
Have yet?
I believe they have beat the Cavs, and I think each time they played, they've gone into overtime.
I believe all three. Yeah.
All three have gone overtime. So I think the Cavs just might have the Celtics number there. Knicks are balling out right now. They were on like a 10-game win streak, or they were on a 9-game win streak and just lost, I think, last night. Now they're 9-1 in their last 10. Nets have been doing okay, staying above water. The Heat have been playing incredibly under what they should be performing. But do you think the 1 seed, like out of these top 4 teams in the East, to me, I think it's those 4 are going to be fighting for. I mean, I'd love to see the Heat pull an upset and get, take down the Celtics in this first round, or go against the Bucks and, beat them, or even the 76ers before the season's done and over with. But I truly do believe out of the Eastern Conference, it's going to be the Bucks, Celtics, Sixers, or Cavs. And the sneaky team, I think, would be the Knicks. Obviously, that's the top 5. But, I mean, right now, the Eastern Conference looks like it's just balling with those 4 teams.
Yeah, I just think the New York teams, I don't think they have a realistic chance of winning the East. Maybe they win a round or 2, but I just don't see them getting past the Celtics or the Bucks. I'll be honest, I don't think the Cavs really have a shot. It'd be a long shot. I just think they're too young this year.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be fun to watch them. I'm sure they'll win a round or 2. I just don't see the Cavs winning the East either. I think even the Sixers might be a long shot. I think we're looking at Bucks or Celtics here.
I think it's kind of an interesting take when it comes to young teams. To me, it can go one of 2 ways. The inexperience shows, or you're too young and you're just still that talented where it doesn't fucking matter.
Mm-hmm.
I would say that the Cavs probably fall into that category a little bit more so, seeing how well they've stacked up against the Bucks and the Celtics in the regular season. Obviously, the regular season doesn't mean shit.
Mm-hmm.
The one time the Cavs played the Sixers, the last time I think the Cavs played the Sixers, they were down like 25, came back, lost by like 3. So like that was kind of a huge comeback. I mean, they still lost, so it's not like it's a big deal, but it shows that they can play through some type of adversity.
Mm-hmm.
I think those are 2 important things that you need to keep an eye out for. But let me flip it, though.
We'll bet you.
Out of the bottom 4 teams, the 2 teams in the play-in and the 7 and 8 seed, do we see which team could provide the biggest upset or the biggest trouble for one of these top teams in the top 4? Which team do you think that is? Do you think it's the Heat, Hawks, Raptors, or Wizards?
I mean, it's the Heat. I mean, I think the Heat, just with the pickup of Kevin Love, I can see them making it out of that playing game, taking the 6th seed from the Nets.
Mm-hmm.
I think the answer is the Heat, and I don't really see it being anybody else.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you. The other team I was going to pick would be the Raptors.
Okay.
Obviously, they were very good 2 years ago or a year ago. Very young, a very, very good core of players. Siakam, Fred VanVleet, Scotty Barnes, very good there. But to me, the Heat, we saw it last year. Jimmy Butler in the playoffs is a completely different animal and a different beast than what he does in the regular season. And I think that it's going to be hard to beat, try and beat him, Bam. And Bam's playing in a career year this year. He just needs to show up in the playoffs. And, at the end of the day, when the Heat shoot well from 3, which they haven't done a whole lot this year, they're a tough team to beat and they're a tough out. So I'd like to see it. And also the Heat have played in so many close games this year. I think that's going to be benefiting us when it gets to playoff time, when they're mostly close games, or they should be close games. So I think that's a good pick there as well. Look out for the Raptors. They're my second team I'd be as a sleeper team to come out of that first round, giving the upset to the Bucks or the Celtics.
I like it.
Now, flipping to the Western Conference, John.
Yep, flip it to the
We go a little bit out west. The Denver Nuggets still holding that top seed of the West. 1 seed. Sacramento Kings dethrone the Memphis Grizzlies, taking over the 2 seed. 3 seed Grizzlies, 4 Suns, 5 Mavericks, 6 Warriors, 7 Timberpups, 8 Clippers, 9 Lakers, 10 New Orleans Pelicans. Now, the Western Conference, a little bit different than the Eastern Conference, mainly because the gap between the 10 seed and the 6 seed is 3 games. And that, to me, is a lot closer than what people would think, because all you are away is one nagging injury, an unlucky string of events, a strength of schedule that's coming towards the end of the season, and also a player availability as well. I mean, the Lakers right now are playing some of the best basketball in the NBA, Anthony Davis is on a career stretch right now where he is just absolutely taking over and dominating. He is balling when LeBron's been out right now, and hopefully, it stays that way. And obviously, the addition of D'Angelo Russell, Vanderbilt, and Rui, I think that's how you pronounce it, Rui, has been balling for them lately. And I think that the Lakers actually could fuck around and not only make the playing game, which they're currently in,
Yep.
they might fuck around and be like a 7 or 6 seed. The way they're playing right now, they're 7 of their last 3, 2-game win streak, and I mean, like I said, they're only 2 games back from the 6 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, they're 2 games back from the 5 seed.
Yep.
So that's even crazier. So I mean, who knows what's going to happen in the Western Conference, especially when the dust finally settles here. But I mean, looks like it's just the Nuggets world, and everybody else is just living in it. I would say that the Nuggets probably have almost guaranteed home court advantage.
Oh, 100%. I don't think the
likelihood of them losing 6 straight games. What, did they guarantee? Have they already locked it up, John? You say your thought while I try and figure this out. Have they already locked it up?
I believe they have not. But I just don't see a world where the Kings pass the Nuggets. The Nuggets have home court advantage. I think the Kings, they're on a rise here.
They haven't yet. Sorry, there's 9 games left in the season, but I think if they win 2 more, then they lock it up no matter what, unless they lose every game, which they're just not going to do.
Yeah. So I think their magic number would be 4 or 3, but either way, I just think the Kings they're on a little run. They're cute, but I mean the Grizzlies have kind of just fallen off, and it's the 2 seed kind of just fell in their lap.
Yeah, I mean the Grizzlies. The biggest reason I think that they're falling off here, and they've obviously had the issues that they're having, is a lot of it is injuries. One of their better role players, I think, torn Achilles, so he was out for the season. That happened last week. And obviously, John Morant just being a dumbass that he is, being an absolute degenerate. I feel like trying to not necessarily put on or be something that he's not, but I mean, you made it out. You made it to the NBA. You're a professional athlete. You're a millionaire. You've signed a contract deal with Nike. You're the face of the franchise. And for you to be acting a fool the way that you are, I think is just absolutely, absolutely not okay. Especially that the fact of the matter is, if NBA does do their investigation and figures out that he brought that gun onto the plane, that's an immediate 50-game suspension.
Yeah.
So he'll be done for the year and some next year.
It's also a felony.
Yeah. It's also
yeah, let alone that.
He also made it out of what? Like he grew up rich, didn't he?
I wouldn't say he grew up rich, but he had a nice family.
Well off, right?
He wasn't as as you would say, is a very impoverished family lifestyle, home lifestyle. I mean, he went to Marquette. That's a good school. Got a lot of good players that went there and balled out.
Yeah. Did he go to a nice high school too?
Yeah, I mean, the high school, to me, the high school doesn't really matter. I mean, you can go to a private high school you want, but there are some, you could go to a private high school and not be in the nicest area. You still not have the nicest, friends you hang out with.
Sure.
That to me doesn't matter so much. But regardless, the fact of the matter is you have then in theory, quote, made it out. Why are you trying to go back?
Yeah.
Or, why are you trying to be something that's not what you need to be anymore? Allen Iverson's a perfect example of it. He got in a lot of trouble when he was a kid, even though whether it was rightfully so or not, jury's still out on that. I don't think so. I think he was falsely accused. Regardless, though, he got out of the NBA and he stopped hanging around with his crews as much, and he tried to take care of some people, and he was just smart about it, kept the head above his shoulders. I feel like most athletes that came from a troubled home life and came from a lot of bad background and made it to the NBA, NFL, wherever, are better off for it, and they kept their head above the water and continue to do that. So to me that just is just asinine. I can't believe you're even trying to play with fire there.
Right.
But it is what it is. He's made his bed, now he's got to lay in it. But I think that's going to be a big thing, especially if he does get that 50-game suspension. I could see the Grizzlies falling from the 3 seed to the 6 seed and definitely a first-round exit.
Yeah.
But the Grizzlies are still a solid team with or without him. The Suns, though, I think are the sneaky team here. Obviously, Kevin Durant. That dude's good. He's I don't know if you know him. He's good at the round ball.
He's quite good at putting that round thing in that.
And the other round
and
thing.
the hoopty thing. Yeah.
Yeah, he's good at the round ball for sure. But they're going to be a sneaky team that's probably going to maybe come out of the West here. But if you had to pick right now, what team's coming out of the West? Give me your Western Conference matchup.
Western Conference Finals will be Nuggets and Mavericks.
Nuggets and Mavericks.
Yeah. Or wait, no, that's impossible.
Why is that impossible? The season's not over. You can end that way.
I guess. Well,
Assuming, everything works out the way it does.
but I think this picture actually stays pretty similar.
Mhm.
As my only thing. What? I'll say Nuggets and Warriors. I think Steph out. How long's Steph out?
He's back.
He's
He
back.
played his first two games these past 2 days. They lost both,
Okay.
but he is back officially.
I think it's Nuggets Warriors.
I don't think the Nuggets will make it. Unfortunately, I love the Nuggets. I love everything about them. I just don't think their style of basketball really benefits in the playoffs. I don't think they necessarily have enough support around them to generate. I think it's the motor is Jokic, and if he's not going, obviously the whole machine isn't. It's not that he's going to get his points, he's going to get his rebounds, he's going to get assists, he's going to do what he does best. He just has to rely on Jamal Murray and the rest of his support staff, especially Jamal. Jamal needs to play a lot better when it comes to the playoffs time. And he's had a very, very good underrated season this year, so let's not get it twisted. But he needs to step up his game a little bit and play bubble Murray like he did a few years ago. I see the Nuggets going to the second round and losing. I personally think it's going to be the Kings in the Western Conference Final. The way they're playing and how they're playing with Mike Brown as the coach, who definitely, without a doubt, unequivocally should win Coach of the Year. I don't care what anyone else says. Fuck your life if you say anybody else. Fuck your mother. Give me the Sacramento Kings and the Phoenix Suns, unfortunately. I think that when it comes to the playoff time, trying to figure out, not necessarily Chris Paul, because I don't think he's obviously much of a threat of scoring, still distributing the ball very well, but figuring out, trying to slow down Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and then having a big size guy, DeAndre, in the middle is going to be very, very tough to swallow, and it's going to be very tough to figure that scheme out. So I think that it'd be the Suns and the Kings. If, we'll do this again when the seedings are finally set, but roughly right now, I think Suns Kings could be a very, very good Western Conference matchup.
Ryan, what do you think?
I'd go with probably Phoenix and Dallas.
Ooh.
If that could happen, I don't know if how the standings are right now, if that could even be possible.
Right now, they'd be playing each other in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
but it's not going to end that way. So
right. If you could have a dream ending, it'd be Phoenix and Dallas. I think just from what on the other day,
yeah,
Booker and
awesome.
and Doncic, that'd be fucking sweet. Or maybe even like Phoenix, and watch out for maybe the Clippers.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Clippers are on a little bit of a skid here, 3-7 in their last 10, but I think that they could figure it out. Paul George is very good at the round ball, and Kawhi Leonard's also very good at the round ball. So, we'll see. Look out for the Lakers. Lakers are a sneaky pick for me. I think LeBron's got maybe another week out. He's got 2 weeks off, essentially getting his body, getting his mind physically right. Well-rested LeBron is someone I wouldn't want to face in the playoffs, just in general. And also the season that he's having is absurd as well. So
yeah,
look out for that as well. I think the Lakers, the other LA team, could be a sneaky run at the Western Conference Finals as well. But we'll see. Who knows? Who knows? Fucking knows it.
We might fuck around and find out.
But other than that, around the NBA, we're coming down to the nitty-gritty. Teams are starting to play good round ball. Clippers obviously have their new trio. We talked about that with Russell Westbrook, seeing how that's going to add Bones Highland, Eric Gordon as well. I feel like sometimes when you add too many new pieces to a team that was already pretty solid, you might fuck up the whole locker room. You might fuck up the way the rotation works, and I think that's kind of what we're seeing right now with this little skid. But I think Tyronn Lue is a very, very underrated coach, and I think that he'll figure it out when it comes playoff time. That's when it's going to matter most.
Mm-hmm.
But I think those are the big things that you need to be looking out for. So look at it, everybody coming down to the nitty gritty, fighting for home court advantage, and seeing how that plays out. But before we get to the next part of this podcast, which is a little bit of baseball, we do a little bit of baseball talking.
We do it.
We do a little bit of long ball talking here. Let's talk about our first podcast sponsor of this podcast, and that is Pete Abilities, John.
Pete Ability. You gotta love them. They got that brick and mortar store. They got the food trucks.
They've got the food trucks.
The gyros. They got the fries.
Listen, I can't talk enough good stuff about them. The weather's getting warmer. The food trucks are about to be a fleet.
Oh, they're
look out for them
in the woodwork.
Out of the woodwork.
Out of them.
But if you want to beat the heat, and you want to stay local, they got the brick and mortar store.
They
Check
do.
them out in Hillary, Ohio. They've got everything you want on a pita. They got chicken. They've got gyro. They've got falafel. They've got whatever you want. They've got it. They got it. They can put it on it. They can make it happen.
You want it? You
All right.
got it.
You want it. You got it. Get the homemade Bella sauce. It's the best tzatziki sauce, if you want to really call it that, which it sounds way better. They got the best homemade sauce east of the Mississippi. Make sure you check them out. Be a friend, tell a friend, and let them know that we sent you. All right? All right. Ryan, let's get to this next part of this episode.